Aloha! This is your Bratty Squirrel, here with a quick disclaimer. The Squirrel Tangent podcast contains explicit content and parental discretion is advised. So no bitching if you get fucking offended by anything. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So right before I hit the record button, Bratty Squirrel was over here doing some gaseous...
Some Booger Presley burping.
Like, seriously, I wish so bad that I'd hit the record
only
button.
People from our generation and...
Well, and parents of cool children, or children of cool parents.
Are gonna know who Booger Presley is.
Right. But, you know, if you don't know who Booger Presley is, look it up. Google. It's something that you kids out there know all about. Oh, God.
So, we didn't pick a subject to talk about.
We rarely do, though.
True.
It's you know, we kind of just like get a direction and just go with it. Speaking of which, a black guy, two brown people, and a white man were sitting there playing a game.
No, don't.
And I know that sounds like a bad start to a joke, but seriously, that's exactly what was happening.
He's gonna tell them anyway.
Well, because it's Cards Against Humanity.
Okay.
And
there's an extension out where it's supposed... Like, how can it get any worse?
I don't know. Like, I don't understand how that
Was
game...
that an enjoyable itch?
It was. It was like right underneath the thigh. It was like, I don't know. It was like right there.
What,
just
is your
really
balls stuck to your thigh?
If my balls are that close to my knees, we got problems.
That means you have to have a ball lift. You have to have a ball lift.
Ladies, my boys are still nice and snug. Okay, they're
snug?
Good, full, and they hang just right. Not too low, not too high. Okay, we're good. They have dropped. They're just not too dropped. They're not like knocking my knees and shit. That would be that would be. I mean, seriously, are there guys out there that have balls that droopy?
Yeah, I know. We both know of one, but we're not gonna say his name.
Okay. Oh, seriously? They're like, you'd had conversations about they should be bronzed, but.
No. Remember, we were gonna invent the nut bro.
Oh, but somebody already beat us to it, I think.
No, not exactly. It wasn't.
Well,
kinda, but it wasn't the full concept.
Right, and they do have the ball koozie, which would be nice. But
isn't it nut koozie?
The nut koozie, something like that. Yeah, the testicoozie, that's it. The testicoozie. The jacuzzi for your testicles.
And there's like mold. It looks like a tiny butt mold, but it's for your nuts.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And bubbly water.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you can heat up your swimmers. You can get those tadpoles ready to go.
Oh.
But when they get heated, don't they hang lower?
Yes. Yes. Because when it's cold, they like pull right up in.
Well,
like,
it looks like you have two tits.
That's on a good day. If it's cold enough, they will suck right the fuck in, and you just got like this little loose, flappy skin thing with no balls at all.
A vagina.
They just like pull
It
right the
looks
fuck
like
up
a
in the little pocket.
vagina.
Not quite, because unless you have the most ginormous clitoris on the planet, no. Not quite that small. Yes.
You have something to say?
So for our Patreon supporters, there is one of the rare times we actually put a post up on our Patreon, but I couldn't help it with this one.
You're being a pest.
You might have heard the difference in audio quality on the intro. It's because for the first time in now a couple of years, we re-recorded that intro on the new equipment because we had our
don't move those buttons.
The data got corrupted.
And we explained the last time why it got corrupted.
Right, yeah, because, well, I'm stupid. I'll take ownership. I'm stupid. So we re-recorded it, but for our Patreon supporters, if you go to the patreon.com/thesquirreltangent, you can actually hear the unedited behind the scenes of her re-recording the disclaimer.
Because the first one, I did it in one shot. It just came out.
Right. This time, though, it took her like 15 tries. And
not 15, you freaking drama queen over-exaggerator.
Okay, it took 3 or 4 tries. And the in-between, though, is what's funny. Because the speaking in tongues when her tongue didn't quite work right. Yeah. So, anyway, if you really want to hear it, go to patreon.com/thesquirreltangent and subscribe.
And an obscene sound, too.
Yes, there's an obscene sound in there. If anybody likes obscene sounds, well, obviously you do if you're listening to our podcast. So, oh, God. So, this past week, on my overtime day, I got to do the game. And for anybody that's ever worked overtime, this is the overtime you want.
All these fuckers do is sit and wait while the game is going on for the people to come back out and to take them back to wherever spot they got on.
I picked up people at the M Hotel, took them to the T-Mobile Arena. I went around the corner. We sat there and played not video games, but we played card games and ate. And then we went to pick them up from the T-Mobile Arena and took them back to the M.
And you were a good boy and ate your home lunch while everybody else went to
Cane's.
Went to Raising Cane's.
Oh, God, I wanted that so bad. Everybody else was eating those.
You wanted to be naughty.
I wanted to be naughty.
And to be bad, put that hot, steaming chicken strip down your throat.
God, yes, I love that damn stuff. I don't know.
Oh, you wanted to deep throat a hot chicken strip? Jeez.
Well, you're the one that turned it sexual.
Well,
but
that is my fatal flaw. I can't listen to... I can turn anything, just about anything, perverted.
Absolutely.
And sexual.
And
I keep it in my brain 3/4 of the time.
No, you attempt. You attempt to keep it that way. And then when you mishear something, you always mishear it with some kind of a bodily feature. Like I was just now, I was trying to step over some cords because I just set up all the audio equipment and I was trying to step over the microphone cables and everything so that I didn't trip on anything. And I said, I got to keep my bambucha toes from tangling in the cords. And she heard something about what was it? Bababwa paint or something like that.
Keep your bitch job was out of your taint or something like that.
Something like that. But somehow she got taint from
I heard
toes.
taint.
I said toes. Toes. T-O-E-S. Taint. T-A-I-N-T.
Don't try to spell.
I'm probably wrong on at least one of those.
No, but you have a big piece of lint in your beard.
That might be just called my beard.
Oh, fuck.
It is a big beard, so I don't know. Anyway.
Your dad has the Jack Nicholson beard.
He does.
He's taming it very well.
Well, I did send him a brush and
he's
some oils and
grooming
stuff.
it very well.
Yeah, I'm
But
proud of
if
my
you
dad.
look, his hairline is slowly getting a little bit further.
Yeah.
Very slowly.
Exceedingly slowly. He's not me. I get my hairline from my mom's side of the family.
Because that the balding recessive gene
Comes from the
your
mom.
mother.
And when my grandfather on my mom's side was old, I mean, before he passed away, he basically had the toilet bowl hair. the completely bald from the front to the back with just this strip of hair going around the back of the head. I don't think he never grew a beard. Like, the only facial hair I think I ever saw him with was a mustache.
And what's up with the fucking porn stash? The big ass Tom Selleck stash is coming back now. Dude. They look like big furry turds on their upper lip. You know the ones that been like the one that doesn't go all the way down and then it like gets all waterlogged and fuzzy looking?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what though? Even your heartthrob.
My heartthrob.
The Man of Steel.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna make you think.
You're gonna make me Google it. Is what you're gonna do because I'm
your melon.
Henry Cavill.
That's the guy.
So even Henry Cavill though.
Yeah, he has an epic stash, but it's not like Magnum PI 70s porn star status.
Except when he did that movie.
What movie? Mission Impossible?
Mm-mm.
What movie?
What
movie?
I have to look it up. See, now he went the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
He didn't have a big ass mustache. He had no mustache in that movie.
Are you sure?
Are you questioning me?
I'm probably absolutely wrong because this
exactly.
This is
you roll, mister.
Okay, so
see.
So no, he was super clean cut. Which one was it that he had the mustache for though? That
Mission Impossible.
Oh, because remember
maybe you should have listened to me the first time I said it.
Well, because I'm a dumbass. We've already established this fact.
Because you never listen to me, and you rather break your ass or do something wrong or lose something, and I can't even tell you how many fucking things he's donated on the bus.
Oh God, I'm horrible.
Don't give him anything of value that can be taken on the bus.
Books, thermoses, clipboards, Zippos,
umbrellas, the big ass umbrellas, like the golf umbrellas that are like $25-$30 and up.
Yeah.
Donated it.
Yeah.
What else? Notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking headphones. Your lunchbox.
He does look weird with a mustache.
I don't know, but everybody calls it the king stash. And everybody tried. They tried to have the mustache have a credit of its own in the credits. And that's why if you watch the beginning of Justice League,
the original version, not
no,
the,
even in the longer version, because they didn't show that part in the longer version either. I mean, in the regular version either. But if you look at it when he's talking to the people and whatnot, the bottom of his nose to his chin ratio is all kinds of fucked up, and his mouth is like a little bit to the side, not even with his nose. It
was horrible.
They made my man look like Mr. Potato Head.
It was a really bad deep fake, and
that's why Zack Snyder got so pissed off.
One of the
that's like, what's his face? Pravo.
Somebody took and did like a really bad Photoshop of what looks like a Mr. Potato Head mustache on Henry Cavill as Superman. It's impressively bad.
Look, they have it right there. That middle picture of how jacked up.
Yeah.
How jacked they did his face.
It was horrible. Like, it looked like they tried to replace his entire face, and then somebody did a really bad Photoshop of it, and then they made a
and look, his chin is not even. And yeah, he has butt chin, but both cheeks on the butt chin are usually even.
Right. You look right there. He's got the atypical strong manly loins.
Strong manly loins.
Lines, not loins. Where are you getting loins?
I heard loins.
You
strong manly loins.
Score another one for your dirty ass mind.
Not you said loins.
I said lines.
No, you didn't.
Loins.
You're such a liar.
Whatever. Lies. Oh,
loins.
Lines. Now, just because you want to see his loins does not mean...
I would like to... You don't know what I want to do to his pork loin.
His pork loin.
His pork loin.
His pork loin.
Pork sword. Man Twinkie.
So concept here that we know that we know what the average male penis size is.
Dick. Cock.
Dick. Cock.
Wiener.
Yes.
Schlong.
We know what that is. In America, etc., etc. But the concept that I've come to the realization, because I understand why they do it in porn, where they have like the little tiny girls, because it makes the dick look big. Now,
where are you going with this? Just because I said loins?
Yes. Squirrel.
Squirrel loin?
They have disproportionately large testicles, but they really do. I mean, they got like massive
what
balls.
What are you doing checking out squirrel balls? Don't look it up. I don't want to see squirrel balls. Fuck me. You didn't even know how to spell testicles. It's not tosticles. That's not even real. That is photoshopped. That's not Photoshop.
They have giant ball sacks. I mean,
well, that's their OG nuts that they store for the winter.
But back to proper size. I
thought that was part of their stomach. Not you've ruined squirrels for me.
Nope.
Now I'm gonna look at him and be like, "Is that a boy or a girl?"
No, you can absolutely tell.
He's got big balls.
You can absolutely tell.
Okay, to continue your loin story.
So, when I'm thinking about it, though, You get a tall guy with an average sized dick. That's going to look like a Tic Tac. Then if you were to get a little person with an average sized dick, that looks like a fucking monster.
No, it doesn't.
How? Because when you've got a person that's got 2 feet legs and like 8 inches
that's
of it is thick.
That's a little person.
Okay. No, I mean, I'm talking, a little person, somebody with dwarfism that has an average sized dick would look completely different.
They're supposed to have baby dicks?
Well, no, because I'm saying that it would look, proportionate-wise, completely different than, say, if I had the same exact size dick because my legs are twice as long. Like,
where are you going with this?
I have no idea. The concept of perceived size just seems odd to me. Because, like I said, when in a porn, you use a little tiny girl because it makes his dick look huge. So if you have a small guy who has an average sized dick, his dick would look larger because, well, he's small and his dick is the same size as, say, somebody that's my height or taller.
Do you know what the average size is?
In America? Between 5 and 6 inches.
Okay. So how, I don't even know where to go or how to justify what you're trying to say.
Well, it's just, if you have a...
Do you feel cheated that a small person would have a bigger dong than you?
Well, no, it's not that they would have a bigger dong. It would just look bigger. And then how ridiculous would it look?
What are you going to do? Hey, little dude, let's go to the bathroom.
No.
Let's go to the restroom. I gotta check it out.
No. But now here's the
because his is like maybe 3 inches from the ground.
And then the thing to think about, though, is if you get somebody like Henry Cavill, who is, what is he, 6'4", 6'5"?
Dude, have you seen him in sweat? He has a tendency for walking his dog in very loose pants and no drawers. Because you can... the mountain's edge. At the tip of the mountain, you can see its edge.
Okay, so
I don't even know why I'm censoring myself.
So let's take...
to not sound like a dirty old lady.
Let's take somebody else. Your Wolfman.
Joe Manganiello?
Yes, I can never say his name. I always mess it up. So I know it's Joe, and then that's about as far as I go. But imagine if he had just the average 5-inch dick. Now, we know he is tall as fuck.
He's what, 6'5", I think?
Yeah. But
you know what? I went out with a guy who was 6'8".
That would be comical almost with you.
It was.
Was it as bad as that couple we saw in the country bar?
Yeah, it was. I'm 5'4", next to someone who's 6'8". And he was just thrilled at the fact that he fit on my bed. Because I don't know, for some reason my bed was extra large.
Yeah, so we went to a country bar one time, and there was this couple celebrating their anniversary. Was I DJing that night?
No, we were there with your friend, who I think now lives in Japan.
Yeah, that's right.
Who couldn't stop getting over my eyelashes.
Because you have fabulous eyelashes.
No, I'm just really good at putting on the fake ones to make them look real.
That part. But, so we were in there, and there was a couple celebrating their anniversary.
We went out first. We went somewhere first, and I don't remember. And then we went there.
Yeah.
Was that the Ruth's Chris experience?
I think that might have been. And then afterwards, we went to the club.
Yeah.
And weird one for us is we went to a country club, like
a country bar, not like bougie.
Country bar.
We went to the country club.
Right. So we don't normally do anything country. I know like 5 country songs, and then that's the end of my repertoire.
I actually know more than he does.
Yeah. And I was a DJ in that same bar for a while.
Like the concert that me and Eric and his brother-in-law went to.
Mm-hmm.
For free. We went to go. I got to see a free George Strait concert. And,
I know who he is.
And they didn't know any of. I had gone to the restroom, and the one song I was waiting for, he sang while I was in the fucking restroom, and I came back in when it was like half the song was done, and I was like, I know this song. I love this song. But his concert. His stage concept, I liked his stage concept. It's a square, big square in the middle of the arena, and with each little set that he does, he goes to the next side, and he circulates, and then he goes to the next side, and to the other one, so everybody gets to see him.
Right.
And then, but we were up in. We had the bougie VIP area where corporate people have parties, like, but we were just in there. That's where we were. But
which one was this? T-Mobile or was this the?
T-Mobile.
It was T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Okay.
T-Mobile.
So the tickets actually for the Raiders stadium. For the Raiders games, do you know how much those are going for? You
know how much people are pissed off at Southwest?
Well, yeah, because a lot of people miss the game because of it. Those tickets to that stadium?
Because you know, United Airlines just went on their pilots just went on strike.
Mm-hmm.
And now apparently Southwest, that it looked like a walkout. That's why they had to That's why they had to cancel so many flights. But, this is something that they were fighting for a while, and I understand it. But now is really not the time to do it.
It really isn't. And the thing is everybody's all like, oh, it's because of this. And really,
and then automatically you get, it's because of the Democrats and the liberals. But you know what? It's everybody's fault at this point.
It is.
You can't pinpoint it at somebody because that problem was already going on when there was a fucking Republican in office.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even when I was working at the airport, that was Bush Jr.
Yeah.
And the pilots were still doing it. They were still striking. So they can't
for the same reason.
Yeah, for the same reason. So you can't blame one party. It's everybody's freaking fault at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's just ongoing and
now is not the time to do it. And because of the season that we're going into, it's the busiest season.
Oh God. You know what? Wait another couple months. If you get past Christmas or if you get past Thanksgiving, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, travel is almost dead. Like,
yeah, that's the slowest. Tax season is always the slowest time because people are filing their taxes. It's after Christmas and all the holidays. People spend money for holidays and whatnot, and then they do their taxes, and some people pay and some people get stuff, and you can tell who has to pay. And
right. It's kind of cool though because we're getting to see it firsthand, the tourism coming back,
and we would be able to see it if we were still back home,
right? And it's double good because we have an extra little buffer because now we have the Raiders, because we have the 2 sports teams and the giant stadiums, and now we've actually got a women's baseball team, the Aces.
Is it women's or?
No, it's a women's baseball team, the Aces.
They don't have baseball. They have softball, I think. I don't know.
The Las Vegas Aces. I gotta figure out.
And I just wasn't paying attention and had no idea that this coming weekend is freaking EDC.
Yeah.
So expect some bios on your.
There we go. See, it's the Las Vegas Aces.
Oh, okay.
And that's the WNBA team that we have. We haven't gotten an NBA team yet, but we do have a WNBA team. So we've got
so we're in the Knights came out first.
Right.
And then that's when all the COVID hit and
well, we had Knights, then we got Aces. Like Aces came like right before COVID. The Raiders came right in the middle of COVID.
But then they couldn't really do anything because dumbasses kept on popping.
Right. Kept on popping up positive.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're, we've got 3 different pro level sports teams. We're trying to get a pro level NBA team.
And you know the reason why they never had any pro teams before?
Gambling.
Yep. They were afraid that,
that the players and the stuff like that would gamble.
Would gamble or have, because there's still bookies, there's still the underground people.
Oh, and try this.
And, to make a player throw a game.
As much as I really don't know shit about sports, the Raiders coach got fired.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
I'm like, ooh.
Apparently. Luckily, it's still preseason.
Well, no, it's season.
Is it season already?
It's
thought it was still preseason.
Yeah, we're what is it? We're 4-2 right now for the season.
The last game was doo-doo.
Yeah. No, we're 3-2 right now.
And that other Pittsburgh game I watched, that was doo-doo. Pissed me off.
But
see, now I'm conflicted because I grew up in a Pittsburgh house, a Steelers household, and then now I actually live somewhere that has a professional team. So I'm conflicted now.
You want to support your home team, then you have your Steelers. Now, the reason why though, and some people are like, oh, people just need to get over it and stop being such wusses. I'm like, dude, the guy apparently in some emails that got released made some incredibly racist comments.
And what is the ethnicity of majority of his team?
Don't even know, but I'm sure a lot of them are colored of some sort.
Oh, that's not a politically correct
well, colored
word.
of some sort.
African American or a POC.
Person of color. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Person of color, because it's there's like Mexicans, Hawaiians, and there's pick your nationality.
Pick your brown person.
Pick your brown person.
Pick your shade of brown.
But so he made some like seriously racist comments and emails that got released, and people are like, "Oh, you need to just toughen up." That's just what happens. Like, no, that's not what happens. If you are the coach of a major football team, you are the face of that team.
Because it reflects on the owner.
It reflects on the honor. It reflects on the reputation of that team. The owner.
Not honor. For the honor. You didn't get, you guys, I don't know why I made the hand motion like you guys could see it, but.
Oh, but it reflects on the team as a whole. So you can't have that person who is basically a tarnished mark on the team. Plus, let's face it, guys, the Raiders, they're in deep doo-doo when it comes to their team right now. They're losing Carr. There's a whole bunch of things going on with that.
Well, so. Carr becomes a wuss at a certain point in the game. It's like all of a sudden he's, I broke a toenail.
Well, yeah, and you know what's bad though? It's like that first season that we came here, Carr was their star boy. Carr could do no wrong. Like, every time he touched the ball, it fucking went into a touchdown. Like, they had that one season. They were
singular sensation.
And that was before this coach took over. And then they had, they were in the playoffs. Like, it was done.
I know.
There was no reason to put Carr in, and then he broke his leg in that game, and then the season was lost.
And now he's a chicken ass as soon as he sees somebody coming at him. He's all, my toenail.
And,
I have an eyelash in my eye.
And he's not renegotiating his contract.
Mm-hmm. He's become free agent and go somewhere else.
If that happens. Like, he had that one season, and then he's been nobody. So, but now we have Ruggs.
What?
Ruggs.
Oh, the guy I was teasing, it's Rugg.
She spent the entire game that we were watching, because we don't necessarily watch sports, like, ever. But.
And you were home. Why were you?
Yeah, I was home. I was actually taking one of my days off. It doesn't happen very often. But.
Oh, no, it was the Sunday before your schedule change.
The new schedule change, yeah.
And you didn't go to work until later.
Exactly. And so I just happened to come across the game, and I'm like, fuck it, it's a Raiders game, I'll watch it. And she sat out here with me watching it, and the entire time she couldn't stop laughing at the dude's name, Ruggs.
There's a lot of them I crack up at their last name. Because even if he's a Steeler, I call him Worthless Burger.
Oh, God.
Because he's made some stupid fucking moves.
They all have at some point, except for freaking what's his face that used to be a Patriot, now plays for Florida.
He doesn't play for Florida. He plays for Cleveland Browns.
No, I said what's his face that used to play for the Patriots and now plays for Florida.
That's what I mean. The quarterback, Tom Brady.
Brady, yeah, no, he plays for Florida.
No.
Okay, see, now Google is my friend.
Or was it the Buccaneers?
I think it was the Bucks. He is now a Buck. And Buccaneers is Florida, yeah? Tampa Bay. Yeah, that's Florida. So,
you were right state, wrong city. You went in the wrong city.
Yeah, no, I was thinking it was Miami, and that would be the Dolphins. Why do I know so much about football? I don't watch it.
Because they're dolphin smooth.
Like my testicles.
Dolphins don't have balls. They don't. They do not.
They have testicles.
No, they don't.
They do have testicles. That is simply the fact that
balls.
They're internal.
How do you know? You stuck your fucking arm up a dolphin's ass and told him to fucking turn his nozzle and cough?
Oh, there is something wrong with us. But yeah, how did we get on football?
I don't know.
Like we squirrel. That's all that needs to be is just squirrel. 1995. Dude, how old is Brady?
Oh, so fucking old he should fucking retire. And the blasphemous question you asked me, who's Terry Bradshaw? Terry Bradshaw? What is he known for? You dick! You're lucky I don't know like all statistics like his jersey number and what position he played, but he was in the Steelers. And And he won some of them Super Bowls.
I could name exactly one Raider. Well, maybe 2 or 3 now.
But what was the cheerleaders' names?
No clue. I was too focused on their tits and ass.
On their boobies. On the boobies.
Oh man, I'm telling you, that was the cleanest shot glass I've ever seen in my life. When I used to work at the Raider Nation, which is...
Oh, and you were cleaning the... They were so clean.
Because when the Raiderettes would come in to do like calendar signings and things like that. So I'm sitting there like cleaning things on the shelf, and I've got a shot glass with a little cloth, and I'm like dusting out the shot glass.
This
and I stand there
doofus who knows nothing about football gets a job at a Raiders
Raiders owned. Like, it was actually owned by the Raiders.
Gift shop.
Yeah. Best one I had while I was there, though, is there was a guy that came in and they were planning somebody's funeral. Apparently, this person was a huge Raiders fanatic. Their coffin was going to be black and silver with the Raiders emblem. All the limos were going to have Raiders flags, Raiders decals.
Oh, good grief.
The whole procession, everybody that was in the procession going down to the funeral was to be flying the Raiders colors.
Good grief.
Yeah. So.
Let them boogers fly!
Do you want this microphone to fly across the room?
I have to see it for once. You're going to give yourself an aneurysm.
No, I won't.
Yes. You're going to bust a vessel in your noggin. What are you reading?
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.?
How much more Irish does he need to be?
Well, true. But, damn. I mean, my name's pretty damn Irish.
Well, not really.
Well, Garrett, very Irish. My dad, though, he threw an O'Reilly in there, so...
That's what I was going to say. You don't have a O something.
Right, no, my dad is like full-on so Irish he should shite green and be made of beer.
But don't you guys have, like, other Nordic...
Well, on my mom's side, because the family name is Fornes, it's Swedish, Russian, and Irish.
Work.
Yeah, so I'm primarily like Swedish, Russian, and Irish. So, yeah, I'm made for drinking in cold weather, even though I hate cold weather and I love to drink.
Cold weather is awesome. See, when we were moving, my first choice was Colorado.
I could have dealt with it.
Yeah, sure. Bitching and moaning the entire time. But the thing about Colorado is they don't have a bus system. So it would have been, we absolutely would have had to have a car.
Yeah. Well, don't they though, Colorado?
I mean, if you're in the city, in the business area.
Right.
But, you know, to live in that area.
Yeah, no. And see, I've gone most of my adult life without even having a driver's license. I didn't get my driver's license until I was over 30. Like, maybe a year before I met you. And here I am now driving 45,000-pound vehicles. But
scary being that you sucked at parallel parking.
Oh, I probably still do.
A car.
True. Yeah, if it's 45 feet long, I can parallel park it like a god. But the moment it's under like 20 feet long, I'm like, help? But no, and the thing is, though, is even with the buses, though, we don't back them up ever.
You don't back that ass up.
We don't ever back them up, at least not without a spotter, because it's not safe. When you're backing up something that large, you cannot see them. Your brain is so damn dirty.
Have you met my dad? You know what
the story of his arrival is epic. I mean, it is now logged in history.
What my mama was like.
I was there for her 16th birthday.
I mean, at least you didn't know her when she was hitting the clubs in my clothes.
Oh, you know what's funny?
What?
You're probably older than she was when she was doing that.
No.
You're not?
No.
Or at least the same age as she was when she was doing that.
Mm-mm.
How?
She was in her 40s.
She was in her 40s. You're older than she was when she was doing that.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Stop trying to get me to say my age, fuck face.
I'm an old fart too, so I just have no
and
shame
he
in
looks
it.
older than me, so he can grab a straw and suck it.
I'm not planning on grabbing a straw and sucking it, but I do look older than her. She has that
you
amazing.
Can suck my ass, suck my ass, get a straw, suck it, suck it, suck it.
Oh God! So now I've got a problem because I know what I want the title of this episode to be. Except,
grab a straw and suck my ass.
There you go. But I found out that when you're putting in the episode titles, they censor them, so they
all
won't
of a
let
sudden
you...
because they didn't at first.
Right? They didn't originally. So now I've got to figure out creatively be dirty. So I'm gonna end up having to use the @ sign 55. Maybe they'll let me do that for ass.
No.
I don't know. Oh, so here's one for you. So you know that how license plates have, they always have 3 letters. They always have 3 letters on them, right? What would be 3 letters that would make it so you would actually want to get yourself a personalized license plate? You get the license plate and be like, nope, we're not keeping this plate.
BVR.
BVR?
Beaver.
Oh, God.
COK.
I don't know. You know what? If I ended up with a license plate that had BVR, I'd be looking at him going...
JIZ.
I'd be looking at him going, so why can't you just finish it off and make it a wet beaver? I mean...
CUM.
So you would actually change your license plate if it was something dirty?
Yeah.
I'd wear it with pride. Now, if it was something like KKK or ZIT, I'd be like...
ZIT! Yeah. But, I like watching those videos. So I probably wouldn't change ZIT.
So what would be your personalized, if you got a vanity plate?
I almost got a vanity plate before because dumbasses, we were all trying to compare who was the most evil. And
well, you.
Yeah, so I forget somebody was supposed to get Diet Coke of evil.
Okay.
Because I got pissed off one time and they were trying to act badass. I'm like, please, you're the fucking Diet Coke of evil. And they told me, just because you're fucking Coke Max.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not a matter of being Coke Max or the Diet Coke of evil. It's...
yeah.
I'm nobody's doormat.
This is true. And what?
Except I have let it happen and it was my fault and I take full responsibility. But it takes two to tango, so it's not all entirely my fault.
Yeah, no. And you got yourself out. It happened for a while, and then when you felt you could safely do so, you got the fuck out.
Well, I'm talking about skid mark.
Yeah, no, it took a bottom drop out before you left that situation.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was without warning. Like, pretty much anybody that knew about the situation was like, yo.
But from what he was telling other people to what he was telling me were completely two different stories.
Yep.
And then he gaslighted me.
Mm-hmm.
He manipulated me. He's a narcissistic fucking sociopath.
And it's the reason why we call him Skid Mark, because douchebag.
Douchebag is too good for him, because why? Douches actually still go up the hoo-ha.
Mm-hmm. But, that's, we've all had bad choices in relationships. My first marriage was pretty stupid. Yeah, incredibly stupid. But
what, did she swallow?
No, she wouldn't even do that. It was, not even fun that way. No, it was I come to find out that the reason why the relationship ended was because of the fact that somebody kept on telling me that she was cheating on me. Then I walked in on it. And then I said, and then what about, I heard that you were doing blah, 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 blah. And I listed off all the people that people had been telling me she'd been sleeping with. And she didn't deny any of them. And I'm like, really? So you just been boning half the damn city while I've been sitting here being honest and faithful to you.
How could she be boning half the city? Were you working?
Yeah. I was working 2 jobs. Because she wasn't.
You never showed me a picture of her.
Not
that I give a rat's ass.
I don't even have any pictures of her.
I think there was one, and I think it was your funky Mormon wedding.
Might have been, and I don't even know what that is.
And all I remember is some skinny blonde chick.
Mm-hmm. Probably the only skinny chick I've ever been, in any kind of a lengthy relationship with, and
I don't even know how you consider that lengthy.
It was a couple years.
Who proposed?
It was me.
Why?
Baby.
But you didn't even know if it was yours, if she was fucking everybody.
I didn't know she was fucking around on me all the time. That's the thing.
Can you not tell when another man's dick been in when you go in there and it's a little bit looser than usual?
I just don't assume infidelity. I don't assume dishonesty. So, yeah, that's me being...
See, that's the disadvantage of... I think it's a disadvantage of being an only child and not having a sibling of the opposite sex. So you don't get all this intel from the opposite sex. Now, with my brother being 6 years older than me and my being a girly tomboy and always being around guys,
mm-hmm.
This is why I am the anomaly that I am.
Well, yeah. But it's also, me being an only child is also the reason why I'm so unfortunately damn social.
Hi.
Yeah, no, I'll talk to any goddamn buddy. I don't care who you are.
We could be walking somewhere, and then I'm like walking and talking to myself. I'm like, who the fuck? What the fuck? And I'm like tootling along because, I'm not the speediest walker in the world.
I'll be talking to some random stranger.
And talking to him, and then I'm expecting an answer, and I look, and I'm like at least 50 feet away from him. And he's over there talking to some stranger, and I'm like, you dick. You just made me look like a fucking crazy person walking down the street talking to myself. And my conversations are not
normal.
Normal.
And see, I think part of it, there's two things that contribute to it, because I was an only child, so attention of somebody other than my mom and dad was something that I had to actively pursue. And then beyond that, being a military brat, every couple of years we moved. So every couple of years I had to start over with all new friends, all new people that I did not know. So I had to be the social person that would reach out and be like, yo, hey, my name's Greg. How you doing?
How you doing?
So, and I was always a geek because I don't even.
I was a closet geek, though.
I was an outright geek.
I was, and no matter who I tell it to now, they don't believe me that I was painfully shy. You can talk to my friends in high school, and they will tell you that I did not talk to anybody. Unless I had something to say.
I would talk to
anybody. Did not talk to any boys at all. Because, I hate to say it, the boys in my school at that time, they were kind of fucking douchey before douchey was a fucking thing. So,
But
thick girls weren't in. The rail ones were.
I never understood that one in the 80s. 80s and early 90s. It was like these
even in school, I was not thick. Skinny. I was fucking obese.
Right. That's
I was a size 20 in high school.
That's pretty big. But
no shit.
But I never understood.
And they didn't create mousse and gel yet. They only had fucking Jerry curl, and I was not about to be the person who you followed the drip.
Oh, you just wanted you wanted the Aquanet. That was
yes.
Aquanet, the cloud of Aquanet that existed in every public place. But
actually, you know what? I never really used Aquanet. I used stuff from the salon. I was kind of bougie. I was bougie in high school, but I didn't act bougie in high school. You know what I mean? I had things, but I didn't.
Right. No, I get it.
Yeah.
My mom started me on mousse. And all through high school, when I had hair.
He is a pod person because he does not look at all. You know, like how you can, when you look at your high school pictures or whatever, you can kind of see familiar, features, as you've aged. And then, if he was to show anyone, if you ever saw him in person, or you look at the page, our Facebook page, high school picture. He showed me his high school picture. I was like, who the fuck is this? He's all, that's me. I was like, who are you trying to bullshit? Because, My graduation picture, I didn't want to be like anybody else. I didn't even have it in the yearbook. I kind of disappeared. I just wanted to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Well, so I just disappeared a year early.
School wasn't something you found.
I did all my requirements. Gesundheit. And got the fuck out. I had like people tell me, we thought you moved to the mainland. I was like, no, I was here. I just had to get... Oh, did you hear that?
Yes.
But I was like, I just had to get away from you guys because that's when meth was starting to get popular. And a lot of my friends were all fucking doing it.
Yeah. And see now...
And that was never I was never the girl that... Well, because I was the fat girl. I was the duff. I was the designated ugly fat friend.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to say, oh, yeah.
I've heard that term. I get it.
So, I didn't go to the parties where everybody hung out and drank and, everybody's making out in some fucking corner. So, I had friends come to my house and stay there to clean out.
Jeez. I didn't have that issue. I mean, it was on military bases, so we didn't have quite so much of that stuff. But I was not the one that went to the big parties that people threw.
I didn't. It because I didn't talk to any boys.
Yeah. Mine was I would just go off base.
And I really wouldn't talk to anybody if they were acting out of character either. So, I would just be holding up the wall in some fucking corner or find the nearest pet.
I actually, my thing was there was like 2 people I went to school with that I would actually go out and party with on the town though. We went because we were like when I graduated high school was in Spain. So we would go out to the clubs in Spain since if you're old enough to reach the bar with money, they'll give you a drink. But beyond that, though, I was going out with like grown ass men and women and that were on the naval base. I didn't get along with most of my peers.
And that's why I don't get along with any of them now, because they still expect me to be that quiet.
Oh no.
Passive person.
You grew into your loudness.
No. My give a damn just busted.
Oh, yep. So speaking of the give a damn being busted, ladies and gentlemen, the podcast has come to an end. We re-recorded this one as well. Thank you for listening once again to the Squirrel Tangent. Please check us out on Facebook.com/The Squirrel Tangent. If you like what you heard and want to hear the unedited version of recording from the Bratty Squirrel, go to Patreon.com/The Squirrel Tangent and share our stream with anybody you find on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever you want to do. Oh, God.
Bye-bye. Bye, Karen.